Ryan, what do we love?
We love ghost stories.
And what do we have?
We have people with ghost stories.
So what are we going to do?
We're going to listen to those ghost stories.
Let's get spooky.
Let's get spooky. Brian, apparently you have a ghost story for us.
I sure do. I live in Los Angeles, like a lot of us do, and a lot of Los Angeles houses were built a long time ago and have, apparitions. Is that what you call them? Apparitions?
I think so.
Yeah, sure.
Apparitions.
And my house is a very special one. It started right after we moved in. My wife was walking up the stairs to go to bed, and she heard me at the top of the stairs say, "Hi." And she said, "Hi." And then she walked upstairs and I was asleep in bed. And she was like, "Huh, maybe I didn't hear that. Maybe I didn't hear something like that." Cut to a couple months later. She had said, like, "Hey, the other night, like, did you say hi to me and then like prank me?" And I was like, "No, I have no idea what you're talking about."
Prank me.
Yeah, prank me with a high, solid high prank.
Worst prank in the world.
Prank me by saying hello to me.
Yeah, exactly. I threw a high. I was like, threw it. Cut to a couple months later. My wife's asleep upstairs. I'm downstairs watching TV, and I want to go to the bathroom, and I walk in a hallway, and I swear to God, someone said hi to my face right here, a really loud hi, like that. And I froze, and then I backed up and walked upstairs, freaked out, like pale. My wife saw me, she's like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I got hied." Like the ghost said hi to me. And then a couple months after that, in the same hallway, my wife also got hied a third time. So 3 separate times, we have been said hi to in our house by something that was not in our house at the time. I swear to God, it was in front of my face and it just said hi. So I got questions, I got thoughts. Like, first of all, I'm excited that my ghost is friendly.
Yeah,
like, it's
that's
just
a friendly
trying to
ghost.
say, it's a friendly ghost. Like, it's my version of Casper.
Yeah.
It wants to hang out.
Wants to hang
out.
Yeah, wants to hang out.
Sorry, can I keep you as a deep cut Casper quote, I guess? Something you to share.
I don't know
You
that,
don't have to,
but it's incredibly creepy to think that that's what my ghost is thinking. Like, hi, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" And they're like, "Can I keep you?" Oh my God, I'm terrified now. Now I'm terrified. Now I'm scared. I was excited to like share a cup of tea with you, ghost.
Can I keep you?
That's what Casper asks.
Oh my God.
That's what he asked?
Wait,
To Christina Ricci, yeah.
Casper. Why is he?
Can I keep you?
Casper needs a new catchphrase.
Sorry. But I'm wondering, like who is this ghost? Why does this ghost?
Yeah.
Like what?
I automatically think child when somebody's like, "Hi."
Okay. I didn't want to pivot to a second story, but you just made me think of a second ghost story that I have to tell.
Okay.
Yes.
So I worked on a TV show we shot in Fiji. And our second season that we shot in Fiji, we lived in these like kind of huts, but they're like a hotel with those like really cool huts on the beach that are, it was gorgeous. It was a dream. Yeah.
Really good.
It was fantastic. So one night I'm sleeping in bed and I feel something poke me twice in my love handle. And I get up, like thinking that my castmates, again, are pranking me. Worst prank in the world. Like, guys, I have body image issues. Don't prank me like this.
The old love handle poke prank.
The old love handle poke prank. And I get up and there's nothing there. And then a couple days later, I'm in bed, I'm sleeping, and you know that feeling when someone comes and lies down next to you, how the bed moves. So
I
something
miss it.
and I, yeah, exactly.
God, I miss that.
Yeah, I missed it too. At the time until it happened,
Yeah.
and then I jumped out of bed and there's nothing there. And the next day, I was telling the story to somebody, and one of the locals was like, "Well, are you out on the peninsula?" And we were, and he was like, "Ha, we don't go out there. That's haunted."
Whoa,
And he's like,
no way.
"Yeah," he's like, "Forever, none of the locals like to go out there because
That's
it's
the
totally haunted."
Oh, that's the best when the locals won't do a thing.
Yeah, exactly, straight out of a movie. So I had the thought, I was like, who pokes you in the love handle like that? A kid. And so every night for the rest of the shoot, which was a couple more months, I would talk to the ghost in my room and be like, "Hey, so I had a really lovely day. We shot these really funny scenes. I hope you had a good day too. I'm gonna go to bed." And then I never got poked again. No one lied in my bed with me after that.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah.
And you didn't invest. My first thought would be to sort of investigate further. Like, okay, so why don't you guys go out on the peninsula? Like, what is the legend here? What is the reason? What is the curse? What is the ghost that you guys think like
I
kind of
should have.
haunts that area?
Yeah, that's
No,
a great idea.
you're like, I'm on a TV show. We're shooting.
Yeah, you're
Keep my
busy.
head down. Shut up. Like,
I'm just gonna get through this. I'm not gonna stir up the pot.
yeah, it's all happening for me, and then out of nowhere, you're the guy that's like, we can't stay here anymore. I did
None of
research
us.
in the locals' legends. We can't.
Exactly.
Brian, we're really sorry, but your character doesn't need to be on the island. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, sorry. You got cut from the show
Yeah.
for being
Oh my
paranoid.
God.
And also, Marriott is suing you.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Wrecked, not
For-
Haunted.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
For your Yelp review, they're suing you.
Exactly.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe now you're putting a through line together. Maybe kids want to talk to me and my family.
Maybe you just have an energy that like attracts ghost children.
Did you feel the high? Did you feel the high up here, like towards your?
Well, yeah, the high was like right in my face. It was
Mm.
right here. So
What-
maybe it was a teenager.
Yeah,
I'm pretty short.
What's weird about that is that both you and your wife both experienced that. It's not
Both
like one
experienced
of you where you're like, you can kind of say like, well, maybe I'm, whatever, I'm experiencing this. It's something in my brain.
Yeah.
When it's two people, then you start to go like, wait, what?
Ooh.
That's weird. That's
Yeah,
weird.
this is like something's happening. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what. So we had a number of theories. One, ghost, obviously, ghost, and your theory, ghost child that was maybe on a stool talking in my face. I don't know. And then we also were like, maybe just somebody was living in our basement and would like shout up the floorboards like
A Frogger.
Yeah,
A Frogger.
A Frogger.
A really open Frogger that's just like, hi, I live here.
Yeah.
He's with another person, and they're like, dude, the only thing we're supposed to
Hi.
do is not say hi to them.
Oh, I'm
That's the
sorry.
only thing.
You can't
I've
help.
literally
He's like the whole bit is that we don't.
Oh no, I have to. I said hi
Yeah.
to both of them.
I'm
I say hi.
polite.
Yeah, it's okay. They think they're pranking each other. They don't know what pranks are.
They don't know what pranks are. Yeah.
You're lucky
Should
they don't
I
know what
offer them
pranks
some
are.
lemonade next time? You guys want some lemonade?
That's what's gonna happen.
That's what you're gonna get next.
Oh,
Like,
I got lemonaded.
who wants an icy Diet Coke? Wait, do you still live in the same place?
Yeah. We still have that place.
When was the last time you had anything like that happen?
When was the last high?
When was the last?
It was a high. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always a high. I mean, it was a couple years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
The 3 highs took place over about maybe like a 7-month period,
Wow.
and then there haven't been highs since. Here's another theory that we have.
Okay.
There's a house next to ours
Mhm.
that's creepy as shit.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those houses where like people will rent it and then be gone before their lease is up because they got bad vibes type of thing.
Wow.
And whenever it's empty, we don't get Hyde. So that's where maybe my thought was like, ooh, the ghost kind of shifts between houses. And it's like, hey, this house is empty. Let's go kick it over here for a bit. And then they just go over there. So
Airbnb's out the place and then it goes and bothers you.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Yep. It could be it. So that's my thought. That's my only thought. That's all I can figure out.
I love these theories.
Yeah.
Are
Not
the
a
best.
bad thought. Not a bad thought.
I've thought a lot about this, guys. And it's just a really friendly way. I've thought a lot about this really friendly thing.
Do you think
Can
that
we
because
come-
it was a high that's why you were like kind of okay with it? Like you were both like, it was a friendly thing. So it's kind of like,
Yeah, that's why I'm not too, although I will say, I just remember this and I forgot about this. I have a daughter, she had a babysitter and we were telling her the story. We were telling the babysitter this story. And then the babysitter got all white and we were like, did you get Hyde? And the babysitter said no. But one night they were like singing a song in our living room, having a good time. This is like a couple years ago, having a good time. And then my daughter stopped singing and just stared. And the babysitter said, what are you doing? She goes, who's that guy? And the babysitter turned around and there's no one there. Yeah. So
Say hi. If you're gonna watch the musical show, say hi.
just say hi.
Listen, you want to get Hyde, you don't want to get buyed. That's the
Yeah.
scary. Like,
Ooh.
you know,
Now you just terrified me because
gotta
when
think
I
of it
hear
that
a
way.
bye,
hear a bye.
it's over. We got to get out of there before the bye happens.
Yeah.
We got to go.
Your best case scenario is that it's bye-bye because that's a little friendlier,
It's a little friendlier.
but just a
Thanks
bye.
for being friendly. Yeah.
It's a kid on a stool. Ghost
Yeah.
stool.
Go stool.
Oh my God.
That's terrifying though, and that's man. Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, what are babysitters for other than to torture them with these stories and to have these
Oh my
like,
God.
hey, you want to hear a thing that
Exactly.
you didn't sign on for?
I have a video of having breakfast with Linus, who is now he's 6, but he was probably like 3.5 at the time, and he was like, I have a video of this where he's I pick up where he's saying like, yeah, it was something in my room, and I'm like, so what was in your room? And he was like, just some guy in the corner. And I'm like, oh yeah. And I'm trying to be like calm with him, and I'm like, was he a good person or a bad person? And he turns and he goes, he was bad. And I go, I'm like, oh, and so did you ask him to leave? And he's like, yeah, he doesn't want to leave.
Oh no.
As he's like shoveling Cheerios into his mouth.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, yeah, so terrifying.
You still live in that place.
No.
Okay.
We left that morning.
Yeah, exactly. We burned it to the ground.
Yeah, the day before.
It was a lease. It was a mistake, but
we had a bishop come by and do
bishop. You went so high up.
Yeah,
we immediately went to a bishop.
Yeah.
We gave our son Epicac so he would puke everywhere just for the vibe.
Oh my God. I was just talking about Epicac. That's so funny you brought that up. I was like, nobody talks about Epicac anymore. No,
when I was huge conversations about Epicac. I like that.
When I was a kid, we always had a thing of Epicac in our like medicine cabinet, and my parents would be, in case we like had like one of us ate like 10 Tylenol. My parents would be like, all right, now you get a spoonful of Epicac.
Oh my God. That's amazing. I mean, in the flip of that, I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and they were like, you know, like when you think of your childhood, like what are like tastes that you remember? And I was like, Pepto-Bismol. That like takes me back to childhood, and like just says something to the state of food back then where I puked so much that I'm like,
Yeah.
This takes me back.
Our
This
food
milky
was
something.
was such poison that we needed this liquid that would coat our stomachs and
Exactly.
protect our organs from the food
Yes.
getting further into our bodies.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I was just saying that to I was just saying that to my father because he was like, we have a new puppy and this puppy eats everything. And my dad was like, he'll be all right. Because when I was a kid, you'd get a dog and the dog, just it eats its Purina dog chow and also anything else that
Yeah.
like is under the table or you throw
Yeah.
off the table or you feed him a potato chip. And now everybody's like, there's dog food and there's human food. And you do not feed a dog human food ever.
Nope. Nope.
And I'm like, I think you can. I think
You
you can
can.
feed some.
A little bit. What we always said is you can feed him human food, but you're gonna deal with it with the farts
Yeah.
later. That's it.
Yeah.
You're punishing yourself.
And
with
once
that.
they get a taste for it,
Oh
Yeah.
man,
It's like blood.
They're like sharks.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
sharks.
yeah,
Uh,
they get a taste for French toast. They're gonna want more.
one more French toast. We had a neighbor dog. We talk about letting dogs eat things that ate our pet turtles, and no one really gave a shit about that. And we were like, he just ate the turtles. We found the shell. We found pieces of the shell in his shit. And it was just like,
Oh
it
god!
was the 80s. People were like, that's what dogs do. They eat
Yeah.
turtles, guys. So there you go.
But it was the '80s. The turtles were revered then. They were ninjas. they could grow up.
Yeah, exactly. They could have been mutants, not
Oh my
ours.
God.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
can't kill a
believe
turtle.
A dog being like, this is a pain in the ass to eat. But
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
worth
when
it.
you get
That's the dog version of us eating like mussels. Like the dog's like, fucking, you gotta really, you gotta
you gotta
Yeah.
work.
Yeah,
You gotta work.
you gotta work. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Very
Trust me.
tender. Very tender in the middle.
God damn, imagine
Yeah.
being that turtle. You're like, I'm fine. I got this shell.
I'm a fucking turtle. No one's
I'm a
gonna do
turtle.
shit to me.
What's he
just go
gonna
like
do?
this.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this Labrador is getting to the middle.
It's getting to the middle. It's a Tootsie Pop. It was a real life version of a Tootsie Pop.
1, a 2, a 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And a tree. Oh god.
Yeah.
Well, Brian, thank you so much, dude.
Thank you for having
This
me.
is-
The best.
This is so wonderful.
This is great. This is
So-
like ghost story therapy. Thank you guys.
Yeah, honestly.
Get it off my chest.
Scare bones for Brian.
Oh man, Scarebones, pretty great. The idea. I feel like we've all been there where you feel like you hear a voice
Yep.
in your face, or you hear a voice. Like I've done it recently where I hear a voice off in the corner or something, and I'm like, maybe it's the Robitussin. But I feel like what scares me about that story is the dual.
It's our thing, man. If you have someone else have it happen to you too, that's we're jumping
don't
scare
like that.
bones with that.
Yeah, and I also know Brian, and he's so down to earth, and he's so like, there's nothing weird about him. He's just like a solid guy. So that's coming in for me. That's coming in to be good. Straight 8 scare bones.
I was gonna say I'm straight 8 too. Straight 8s. Crazy
Straight.
8s.
Straight.
8s. Straight 8s. Crazy
Straight.
8s.
Straight. Straight. Straight.